work it out, and if you use it often, sometimes daily, it gets stronger. And you can start using it more often, and you get better at it. And writing, for me, is a way to constantly be using my imagination, constantly be developing new ways, and new stories, and new villains, and new, whatever. And it's a way to work out that creative muscle in ways that I might not necessarily be able to in another kind of career, or another path. So the question for you is, what is a part of you, maybe an aspect of your personality, a skill that you have, a talent that you have, that you don't want to lose? And not just you don't want to lose it, but you want to make it stronger as you grow up. Is it, do you feel like you're a good leader? Do you feel like you serve others well? Do you have an artistic skill? If you woke up 10 years from now and realized that that part of you no longer existed, wouldn't that be terrible? What is something that you can do in the years to come to really encourage that part of yourself and nurture that part of yourself so it gets stronger every day, every month, every year? The third reason that I became a writer was because I wanted to continue to learn and grow as a person. Now that might sound similar to the last point, but it's a little bit different. In the last one, the creativity and imagination is kind of already a part of myself, and it's something I want to keep as part of myself. This one, it's adding something new to myself. Think of it this way. I want to become a better writer all the time. How many of you play sports? Great, wow, that's all of you, great. Now, my passion for writing is all well and good, and I'm sure many of you are passionate about the sports that you play, but do you think you would play as well and you would win games if that's all you were, just really passionate about it? No. You have to learn new techniques. You have to learn new ways to play the game. You have to learn new strategies to beat the other teams. And that's kind of the same with me as a writer. I constantly have to be learning new ways to write better stories, new ways to develop my writing skills. The other aspect of it is also writing in and of itself makes me learn. The last story I wrote, I did a lot of research. And I know probably none of you all, research doesn't sound like much fun, but it was actually a very fun time for me because I researched everything from hospital procedures to various types of insects, to all sorts of history and mythology, all for one story. And I learned lots of interesting and sometimes disturbing things during that research, but it added to me. I'm different because I wrote that story and I learned and I discovered new things in the process of it. And writing constantly does that for me. It makes me expand who I am. And I want to keep doing that the rest of my life. So the question for you is, what is something you can do that will continue to broaden your horizons, that will motivate you and sometimes even force you to go into new experiences? Is there a skill that you want to learn? Maybe you want to be a better athlete. Maybe you want to be a better artist. What are things that you can do in that to make yourself grow? The fourth reason why I wanted to be a writer and why I chose was because when I was reading stories when I was younger, occasionally I would come across a book and I would look at it and I would read it, I would finish it, sit back and I would think to myself, I could have done better. I could have written a better story than that. And I kept thinking this over years. I would come across different books, different authors. I won't say who, but I would just think, I would read it, and I would experience it, and I would say, yeah, I could have written this. I could have written a better story than this sometimes. And after a while, after a number of years of thinking this, my brain just kind of looked at me and said, well, okay, stop saying that, prove it. And so I went, okay, I will. It was a challenge that I set up for myself. And it's one that I'm continuing to put myself through today. Because I do believe that there are stories out there that I can write better than other people might be able to write. So the question for you is, what's your contribution going to be? Is there something in your life, or maybe something you see in the world at large, that you believe you'll make a better contribution to than anyone else? Or that you want to make a better contribution to? something that's lacking in the lives of your friends or family that you think you could step in and fill. Now, the last reason why I decided to become a writer was because when I write, I feel most fully myself. When I write, I feel like all the different parts of me, my mind, my emotions, my memories, my talents, are all coming together into one big creative process that makes me feel most alive in that moment. It's the way I express myself best is through words, whether written or spoken. Stories are how, if you were to ask me, show me something that really tells me who you are, that tells me what you believe, that tells me how you think, I can show you my writing. And if you read it, you would probably come through it understanding me a lot better. So, the question for you is, if I sat down with you one-on-one and asked you to point to one thing in your life that can make me understand you better, what would that be? If you had one way to express yourself to others, how would you do it? Would it be your athletic record? Would it be portraits that you've drawn? Would it be songs that you've written and sung? Would it be your academic record? What activities do you engage in because you feel most fully alive in that moment? You don't have to have the answers to all those right now. You know, you're still very much discovering yourselves. And these are questions that you can come back to no matter what point you are in your life. You can ask yourself these in high school, in college. You can ask yourself these questions when you're out of college and looking at a job. Just trying to rediscover what really matters to you. What really is worth your time and energy. What is truest to you? So yeah, those are the main 5 reasons. I love stories. I always want my imagination and creativity to be part of me, be part of my life. I always want to be learning and growing as a person. I feel like I can contribute really good stories, and the stories that I write are ones that I can write better than anyone else. And writing is how I express myself best. It's where I feel most fully alive. And so the questions for you again are, what's your real passion? What's something you care about more than anything else and want to experience and be engaged in the rest of your life potentially? What is a part of yourself that you don't want to ever let go of and you want to continue to be stronger as you grow? What's something you want to learn? What's an activity you can engage in to make yourself grow as a person? What's something that you think you can do better than anyone else here? What's your contribution to be? And how can you express yourself to others? What's the one big way that you can express yourself that keeps you truest to yourself? So, some of you might be sitting here thinking, well, I don't really have a passion, I don't really have a dream, I don't have the answers to these questions. And again, that's okay. You don't have to have it all tidied up and neat right now, but I do want to kind of wrap this up, and then if you have any questions or whatever, but let me just finish with this. One of my favorite authors is Neil Gaiman. I don't know if any of you know who he is, but he's a pretty big fantasy author. And this is a quote that he said. Everybody has a secret world inside of them. All of the people of the world. Everybody. No matter how dull or boring you may look on the outside, inside, you've all got unimaginable, magnificent, wonderful, stupid, and amazing worlds. Not just one world, hundreds, maybe thousands. And when he says everybody, he means everybody, which means all of you. You all have passions and dreams and goals and desires that are worth pursuing, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Maybe some of you will find that in writing, like I did. Maybe some of you will continue to find that in sports, or in art, or science, or math. Whatever your dreams. If you continue to question yourself, and continue to discover things about yourself, what really matters to you, and then dedicate yourself to that, then you're going to stand the best chance of seeing those dreams become a reality.